Comic Boom.
Hey guys, Comic Boom here to review Wonder Woman issue 69. I almost didn't review this issue because I just sort of like threw my hands up in the air when I read it because it's just kind of like, I don't really find it all that exciting. But, you know, on the one hand, I gotta say, like, I didn't mind the art. The art was actually pretty good. I can't pronounce the artist's last name. The artist's last name is, I'm trying to find it here. Once again, they don't feel it important to put the actual, there it is. You got to go to the fourth page now to see what the writing is. Love is a Battlefield Part 1. J. Willow Wilson's the writer. Exermanico is the artist. Romulo Fajuto Jr. on the colors. He's a fantastic colorist. My favorite colorist, hands down, Romulo Fajuto Jr. And Pat Brusso on lettering. Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson do the cover. Jenny Frison does the variant cover. In any event, this is we ended last issue. We've ended the last story arc was Wonder Woman and Giganta taking on the Titans. Ever since Olympus was supposedly destroyed, or Olympus has gone missing, all the Greek gods seem to be creeping up or cropping up all over the place. The Titans are acting erratically, and this character named Maggie, this interesting new character, Maggie, retrieved a sword, Antiope's sword, from Lady of the Lake, and she's joining Wonder Woman on their quest to try to get answers in terms of what happened to Olympus, and it's almost as if the sword is leading them around, and they end up in this town. I can't even remember the name of the town specifically, but they end up in this town that's been basically taken over by a bunch of Cupids, or it's taken over by Aphrodite's son by the name of Atlantiades. Now, I'm jumping to the end here because nothing really happens here. This whole town is basically screwing each other. All the residents of the town are screwing each other. People are cheating on each other. They're being unfaithful with each other. They're just having a lot of, they're doing the nasty. They're doing all kinds. It's a highly sexualized town. People, they're taking love in all its forms. Love in its good form and love in its extreme form. Infatuation, love. And of course, love scorn can turn into hate. And so this town is sort of riding high on love and sex, but at the same time, there's a lot of questionable behavior going on, and it seems to be it's not like the town's being corrupted per se, but it seems to be sort of corrupted with the darker aspects of desire and love because of this character, Aphrodite's son, offspring by the name of Atlantiades. Now, Atlantiades, interestingly enough, seems to be drawn as if he's both sexes, so I shouldn't say it's a he/she, maybe transgender. I'm not sure. Atlantiades seems to have breasts and female breasts, and seems to have sort of a hybrid form. Seems to have female and male traits, and so I think that's probably by design. The Atlantiades, I don't know much about. I mean, frankly, I've read a lot of Greek mythology, but it's funny that I read a lot of Greek mythology, and I always say that I don't know much about Greek mythology, because I always feel that way. I don't know about some of you guys, but I read a lot of Greek mythology, and I always forget it. I don't find it memorable, and I find the stories can sometimes be interesting, but I remember the lessons and the themes from the stories, but I always forget the names, because the names are stupid, and they're crazy. I mean, Atlantiades, really? I just call him Ted or Bill, or I don't know, or Gloria, or whatever, but come on, like, you know, you think if you're a Greek god and you're immortal, you think after time, if you could actually choose your own name, and you're thousands and thousands of years old, why wouldn't you change your name once in a while? You're going to change your form, you're going to change how you look, you're even going to change your gender, you're going to be gender fluid, you're not going to change your name? I don't know, it just seems weird. Why wouldn't you want to change your name? Just, you know, rock things up a bit. Anyways, that's a little side story. So, what happens in this issue? Well, really nothing. My disgust with Maggie and her attraction to the urine, the goat guy from previous issue. I mean, once again is reinforced here. She talks to the unicorn, and the unicorn says, well, as a quadruped, the unicorn character, or pardon me, the Pegasus character, he loves being a quadruped because he says one of the advantages of being a quadruped is that he can have sex in public and he doesn't have to worry about being private about it. Which, I mean, it's kind of funny. It's funny on one level, isn't it? Wouldn't you love to be a quadruped? I mean, I'm not a pet owner, thank God. One of the reasons why I'm not a pet owner is that I don't want to walk into my house and see my dog doing the nasty or maybe licking his privates. It's just not something that I don't need that in my life, right? Man's best friend? No, not mine. It's quadrupeds are quadrupeds, and there's a place for them, and it's on a farm. They shouldn't be in the city, but that's just my opinion. Whatever. And of course, the Pegasus character here loves, basically admits to being a sexual pig. And that's what it is. Men are pigs, and apparently so are Pegasus creatures because they like to have sex in public and they don't have to worry about it. And meanwhile, he basically holds Maggie accountable because Maggie said, have you ever slept with somebody outside your species? And then the Pegasus character says, well, you know Zeus, right? And apparently, I guess Zeus has slept outside his species a lot. I know Zeus has slept with a lot of women. I didn't know Zeus slept with... Has Zeus slept with a lot of animals? I guess. Again, I read enough mythology, I forget. Has Zeus slept with people outside his species? He's a god, so technically maybe everything's outside his species. I don't know. Anyways, the Pegasus character, these names, I always forget these names. I just call him Pegasus. He's a very, very indifferent sort of beast. Maggie is defending herself because Pegasus says to her, you've been romancing a satyr these past few weeks, and satyr is of course Urine the goat guy. I call him Urine because he smells like urine. He's a goat guy, and she's attracted to a goat guy who smells like urine, whose name is Urine, pronounced urine. I call him Urine. Urine the goat guy. And she says that that's different. It's different. So here she is judging Pegasus for screwing outside his species. But she doesn't find it odd that she's having fantasies of being, basically engaging in bestiality. I mean, I don't know. That's the big, I don't know. To me, that's what stands out in this issue is just how disgusted I am with Maggie. Meanwhile, she's got the Antiope sword, and I don't know why. This feels forced. This random woman finds this Antiope sword. Where's Antiope? We don't know. Where's Olympus? We don't know. So now we're going to go on how many issues of just sort of, they're going to roam from town to town because there's going to be different Greek gods from town to town. I guess that's interesting, but it has potential, but not this. This is not interesting to me. I don't care. Falling upon a town that, quite frankly, if you're falling upon a town that's engaging in sexual activity, go full bore here. This is really doing it. This is like too much of a PG version. Nothing really controversial happens here except for the fact that one of the new characters, Maggie, is into bestiality, and apparently thinks she's in love with Urine the goat guy. Great character development. Fantastic, yes. And now Aggrandizes, the son of, or the son/daughter, she of Aphrodite, Aggrandizes, is transgender or gender fluid. What of it? I don't really know. We got these crazy looking Cupid characters that get really angry if you resist them. Again, in the year of the villain here, this is so disappointing. Think about this for a second. The reason why this is so disappointing to me is that we had Grail, the daughter of Darkseid. The daughter of Darkseid, for God. Think about this. We have the daughter of Darkseid that facilitated the destruction of Themyscira, or what we think was the destruction of Themyscira, by using a god-killer sword to take out Ares. Where's Grail? Why are we getting these types of stories? Give us some hard-hitting stories that have consequences for Diana. Just something more exciting than this. I don't know. This is so boring. I don't care about some black chick wanting to bang a goat. Seriously? And I don't, whatever, you know. I mean, look on the bright side. We could all be quadrupeds having sex in public, right? I just don't get this. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a 69 issue. But anyway, guys, I don't even know how to give this a rating because I don't even know what to say other than that this is just a very blah issue and I don't know where it's going and I just don't care. I just want to move along. Like, who the hell cares who Atlanti-80s is? Why would I care about some gender-confused god, you know, invading a town with crazy-looking cupids? I don't get it. Anyways, tell me what you think of tell me what you think of Wonder Woman 69 or not. Hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at Metropolis40. And until next time, Comic Boom out.